Rajasthan won the toss and put Delhi into bat at the end of 10 overs. Well, it has gone well for them. Jake McGurk getting a 19-ball 50. Abhishek Porel, his opening partner, going well as well. 46 not out of 27. That ensures that they are at 115 at the halfway mark. There is 3 wickets down, so that's a slight cause of concern, but maybe not as much because they still have Abhishek Porel, Rishabh Pant, Tristan Stubbs. So very well set up to maximize the back 10 and get to a score which would be out of reach for this Rajasthan batting lineup. But 115 in the first 10, a really good power play. They'll take this, Pommie.
Yeah, definitely. Jake McGurk is a guy we identified as the obvious danger man. And it's nice for him, it's nice for them as well, Delhi Capitals, that he does deliver. I think we're quite happy as well for Abhishek Porel. The fact that he managed to play second fiddle, just rotate, strike, and allow McGurk to go berserk, and then try to take up the mantle once he was gone. And he's playing beautifully at the moment.
But I think that the one that we need to talk about there is Shea Hope.
Oh,
perhaps the unluckiest way. Not perhaps, it is the unluckiest way to get out. The ball hit by Abhishek Porel. Sandeep Sharma, in his follow-through, manages to get his hand down. The ball hits his fingers and actually changes angle significantly. There is some angle changeage. But 10, 15 degrees hits the non-strikers there.
Yeah, it's a horrible way to get out. And you'll hear it said, oh, make sure you're backing up, you know, be proactive, try and make sure you can turn 1 into 2. Don't leave too early, but don't hang about too much.
Don't leave too late.
Yeah, you know, it's like, a tough one. And it's hit that hard, you don't expect you'd get a hand on it. You don't expect also that you'd be stranded, and he was stranded. It's unfortunate, as you say. And particularly when you're getting a go and you're trying to kind of grab your play so that you can show that in the power play I can play too, and perhaps I can be a perfect foil for McGurk or whoever else is up at the top of the order.
It was a good opening partnership between the two of them. And of course, the bowlers had to bear the brunt of it. One in particular, it was Avesh Khan who bowled just the 1 over in the power play, and McGurk just went to town. It was, what was it? 3 sixes, it was 2 sixes, 4 fours, I think some such, 3 sixes, 3 fours. It was a lot, basically.
Yeah, the important thing, I think, when you think of Avesh Khan and what he bowls, he likes to bang back of a length and try and get the ball to go through at what is an awkward height for most people, which is sort of, you know, half a foot above the stumps. And so you can't drive it and you can't quite really pull it away. But that's almost the perfect length for McGurk in the way that he bats. So he stands there and he's sort of looking to club the ball. And I reckon he might have done this, you know, just go and work out which the best area is in terms of bowlers trying to bowl in the power play and what he has to combat. And that's what he's turned up with as a young batter who said, that's the area I'm going to hit you off. So where else are you going to bowl? And if you bowl in the areas outside of that, it actually makes the job that bit easier for him. So, yeah, fantastic batting, but it needed some sort of response from Avesh. He couldn't just keep going and banging it back there and expecting that he'd miss hit. That's unfortunate that he didn't change up or try and go right into the block hole or very short.
And went for 28 in that over, but the pick of the bowlers for the Royals, it's the Professor. Ashwin, of course, there's no doubt about his merit. Hasn't been amongst the wickets this tournament, so he'll be happy today. Had a little bit of luck as well. There was a juicy full toss that he gave McGurk, who happened to just hit it into the fielder's hand at the 30-yard circle. But you'll take it. It's IPL, just like the batters take the streaky edges for 4. The bowlers take those wickets and then got Akshar Patel as well. So he'll be happy with these returns.
Fabulous combination if you look at that, Ashwin and Rian Parag. At a time where the game was going absolutely mental, them smashing it all over the place, changing the pace to go to the spin was important, and he had to bowl well. Now, that full toss, I think, it's been a dangerous ball through the course of IPL, actually, a few times. If you think back to Rajasthan Royals not managing to get over the line, Rovman missing a full toss. So, yeah, it served some people well. I like what you say. When batters hit at the bottom of the bat, still creeps over for 6 or inside the edge, away it goes for 4. Nobody says take away his runs. Nobody ever says that, right? So, yeah, you take the wickets, even if it's a half track, a full toss, whatever, out you go.
You take it, and that was the wicket they really wanted at that point in time. And Riyan Parag, you got to say, he'd given 11 of 11 balls, and then Akshar hit the last ball of his second over for 6. I'll tell you what that has done. Riyan's 2 overs have actually covered up for Avesh, who's bowled the 11th for 14, which means he's 42 of 2 overs. And so just sign it off, say, well, it's been a bad day for him. Let me not bring him back. Would you just do that, or would you bring him back again for a third?
You might. Kind of, it's all very dependent on who you have batting at the time and what you reckon is best suited to you, making it most difficult. He also, in times past, has been used right at the back end because he does have the change up into the pitch. This is why I was disappointed with his over. Like, once you go from a length, then you can shift, you know?
Yeah.
And yes, you can go again once, but if you go twice, you don't then keep going there. So he does have the slower one. He does have the bumper. He also has that Yorker. And these days, as you've seen, many are trying to stay outside the arc of the batter, and he tries to bowl those wide Yorkers outside the heading arc of the right-hander. So he might be used, but yeah, some do go with that gut feel, or you're not quite on it today, and I'll go to other guys if you have other guys. Sometimes you don't, because remember, Bolt is generally up at the front as well.
Yeah, they're bowling Bolt for another over right now. So, yeah, he doesn't need to. Sanju doesn't need to go back because he's got the 2 overs from Riyan Parag, and they've gone well. I mean, you never know. Maybe Riyan bowls a third, and then one of your other bowlers has to bowl one less, yeah? So it's interesting. It's good that Sanju usually has 5 bowlers. Today he's got the added option. Let's see how he uses it. A score for Delhi. Where do you think they're going to land up? Get another 115 at least in the back 10? Double it?
Yeah, so I'll say that they'll be disappointed if they don't cross 200. Many a time you don't really legislate for the fact that someone else plays really well, but this looks a good surface. So if they don't get about sort of 220, I think they'll be disappointed. And I don't think that's them playing particularly well if they get 220. I think they're just doing the bare minimum they should with this base that they have, and with the likes of Rishabh Pant, as well as Tristan Stubbs to come. They really, should they bat well, should be touching 250.
Well, can they do it? And is 250 also safe at the Kotla? You don't know that for sure, but Delhi just has to put the runs on the board first. We're going to see you at Cricbuzz Live after this Delhi batting effort, so do join us then on the Comm Box. Goodbye for now.